Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is something we actually have wanted to talk about for a while. Timestamps down below so you can skip it or whatnot. But we've wanted to talk about this for a while, but we just haven't had a chance.
So today we're going to do something a little different, and we're going to talk about our favorite refs and kind of the hottest refs, honestly.
I mean, you guys have known Sarah and I talk a lot about the refs, not just about the players, but we're ref fan girls. What can we say? We love it.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone has their favorites. We have our favorites.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna rank them.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna say how well they actually call a game, if their calls are fair, if we think they're good refs, they have a good vision. Then we're gonna add a point for how hot we think they are, and so we're gonna have a point for how hot they are. So that will give an overall ranking.
Just kidding, April Fools. That was so dumb.
That was our April Fool's joke. I don't think we've ever pulled one. And most people will actually see this April 2nd because we're putting on April 1st night, but it's the closest video we have. We're putting out April Fools. But no, we are not ranking the refs, which is something I could have actually seen us do at some point.
Yeah, pretty cringe, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be pretty cringe, but no, we're not going to do that. But we, everyone has favorite refs. But we recorded this intro after we actually recorded the video. I'm just going to put this up April 1st. So I'm going to go into the real video right now. So yeah, we're not ranking the refs.
Quick shout out to the refs, though.
We love you.
And you're all hotties. No, April Fools. Sorry about that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
Welcome back to the channel.
Hope everyone's staying safe out there. Tornado season has already been intense. There's a lot going on.
We were in the bathroom with our helmets on.
That's a good, I don't want to say hack, but it's a good thing. If you don't have a basement, we don't have a basement where we live. You just got to get a couple helmets, go to the bathroom.
Or squeeze in a closet or something.
And also, that impacted the severe weather around the country, impacted the NWSL games because the Chicago Red Stars game was postponed for 2 hours. I think it still might be on right now as we record this, but everyone stay safe out there. But a lot has gone on since we have made a video last, because the last video we talked about,
because dramatically Arsenal came back from a 2-0 deficit and they scored 3 goals and they're moving on.
Yeah, that we were screaming. Did I think it was going to happen? I didn't know. But so pumped for them. Now, that happened last video. Since we recorded that, Chelsea basically did the same exact thing.
They would. Copycats. No.
I know, whatever Arsenal does, Chelsea wants to do. They beat Man City 3-0 on aggregate. It was 3-2. They basically did exactly what Arsenal did. And I do think a lot of people thought that was going to happen just because it's Chelsea. Man City is facing a lot of injuries. I don't think it was shocking. It was at Chelsea. It was home for Chelsea. I don't think that shocked a lot of people. Kind of devastated for Man City. I really thought they had a chance. However, I will say I do think Chelsea has a better chance against Barcelona. So even if Man City would have gone on, I still think Chelsea does have a better chance against Barcelona. However, Man City did beat Barcelona, but that's going to be the next round of Champions League. It's going to be Arsenal versus Lyon, and now it's going to be Chelsea versus Barcelona. Those should be 2 really good matches. Excited. I do think in both of those matches, I do think the WSL teams are the underdogs. Barcelona and Lyon are the teams that people think are going to win, so that should be interesting.
Should be a fun watch.
Yeah, it'd be Lucy versus Ona. But so that was the Champions League. So they came back, they did it. Congrats to them. Very pumped for them. So that was the first story, Champions League. But also they had league matches this weekend. So Thursday, Champions League match. But then today on Sunday, they had WSL matches. And again, and kind of surprisingly, not shocking, but Chelsea was not victorious over West Ham. They actually drew West Ham 2-2. West Ham, Chelsea were up 2-0, and then West Ham came back, scored 2 goals. I believe Martinez scored 2 goals, and I thought that was pretty surprising.
That first goal, you could hear the sound effects from the net.
Yeah, Martinez just puts it right in there, right by Hannah Hampton. So I do think a lot of people were surprised that Chelsea actually did not win that match. Also, the fact that they did rest some players. I know Lucy Bronze came in off the bench. Kira Walsh came on off the bench. LJ came in off the bench. But players like Ramirez, Baltimore, they did not play. So they kind of were resting. And also, most people think Chelsea's going to win league anyway. There's nothing to lose if you don't lose these games. They're winning leagues. So if they do tie, what's the big deal? I mean, I guess the big deal is you don't want to lose, but they're mostly focused on Champions League at this point. But West Ham has been surprisingly good, and I don't think they're in a fight for relegation. Obviously, if you're the bottom 5 teams, you probably are in that bottom fight, but they're not close to relegation, I don't believe. But exciting. So exciting for West Ham again. I mean, I always say in a perfect world, maybe Sammy and Kristie would be playing at this game because that's their 2 teams. But in a perfect world, they're having a baby. That is the perfect world. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's their perfect world.
Yeah, nothing better than that. Let's see what's position. Oh, they're only in 7th. Yeah, they're nowhere close to relegation, so they won't be relegated this year. So that was Man City. But going on to league games, actually, since we're talking about the standings, again, Man City and Man United are in that battle for 3rd place. For basically, if they're in 3rd place, you qualify for Champions League. I keep saying I do think Man City is going to sneak in there based on the schedules, but today Man City played. They did win, and Man United played today, and they did win as well. So I still think City's going to slide in there, but Man United, it's going to be a tough battle for that 3rd place. But that is exciting.
Oh, yes. I watched some of those matches today.
Yeah, Sarah gets up early on the weekends, but you saw a couple of them?
I did.
You mostly saw the Arsenal match, though, I will say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what we're going to talk about next. So, Arsenal, again, is in that 2nd spot. They have 42 points, but they had a big win over Crystal Palace. Now, Crystal Palace, yes, is the last team in the league, but as we have seen over and over, a lot of times it's those bottom table teams that really give strong clubs a run for their money.
Yeah, true. Very true.
And it was a huge win for Arsenal today. It was 4-0 Arsenal. And I mean, the huge story is Beth Mead scored 2 goals, the first and the last, 2 big goals. And actually the goal in the 14th minute was her 50th WSL goal. So very exciting.
Oh, see, I saw the second one. I saw the second goal live.
Yeah.
That was good.
What'd you think?
I liked it. I was a fan of it.
Yeah. And also she dedicated the goals to her mother, who it is Mother's Day in the UK, and she kind of pointed at the sky, and then she had we'll read her caption from Instagram, but she dedicated the goals to her mother, and very special, very sweet, but that's kind of what we're talking about. But big 4-0 win. Beth Mead was a huge part of that. And also that kind of, I think I'm probably going to title the video something like this, is Beth Mead going to be a gunner next season? That is kind of the question. Her contract is up this year. And a lot of people are saying, although she looked great today, since her injury, coming back for injury, and then she had another injury, she hasn't looked like how you would say the old Beth Mead or the pre-injury Beth Mead. People are saying, is she going to stay? Obviously, her and Viv are still going strong. The question is Beth Mead going to stay? Because she wants to be near Viv. If Arsenal doesn't offer a contract that she likes, would she stay? Because as we remember last year, they didn't even offer Viv a contract. So are they going to offer her something she's not going to like it? Because that's kind of one of the things we heard from when Magdalena and Pernilla left Chelsea. Apparently, Pernilla was offered a contract that she didn't like, so they both left. So it's kind of like either you're not offered a contract or you're not offered a contract at all, which is worse almost, kind of. Because also, so now the question is she can be offered a contract, which I do think she would be. And also, if she goes to a team, she needs to go to a team where not only will she get playing time. She wants to start probably most games, I would think. A team that Champions League, would qualify for Champions League. So Man City to be with Viv. Man United, I've heard. But the problem with Man City is, would she get playing time if she went to Man City? So there's a lot of questions. I'm going to read some comments that I found around the web. But the big question is, I would think, would she want to be with Viv at City? I think if she were to leave, that's where she would want to go. And then someone goes, if her contract is indeed up this season, I think she'll stay. So some people think she's staying. Because the way they do contracts in the UK and it's a little bit on the hush hush. You don't really know anything until it happens. But that's by all accounts is the contract is up. So there is a reporter called Tim Stillman who works, I don't know if he works for Arsenal. He has a podcast and some interesting things were said. And some people think this might have to do with Beth Mead, and some people think, well, maybe not. But it was quite interesting also because, he's an insider. He probably knows what's going on before anyone else. I'm going to have Sarah read this that I found.
Don't automatically assume that someone Jonas really, really values is someone that Renee really, really values. I think you can already see that with some players who are being subs when they never used to be subs before, or being substituted when they never used to be substituted before. And so that's why people are saying that's why they think that Beth might be leaving. Even though he didn't name Beth, that's what the person thinks.
And then some people thought maybe it was about her, maybe it wasn't, but then they kind of had a little bit of pushback on if it was about her.
I actually think that's very unfair of him to say. I think the wingers should be rotated now that they can be. What does he want? Complete burnout? It's clear that the wingers especially were getting injuries more often from having no cover. It's about dealing with individuals, not robots. That's what I always say. Hello, humans. 100% it was about Beth. There's also no denying she's seen the bench more this season than any other. Post ACL, she has lost pace and some ability. Pace is crucial to the style of play Arsenal is trying to play. If you listen to his pod each week, he's been dropping little nuggets about her leaving for some time now, and she mentioned on a few occasions how Beth is a quintessential Jonas style player and may not completely fit into Renee's style. Seems to me that he's dropping crumbs exactly how he did with Viv. Interesting.
Yeah, so some juicy stuff. So Tim Stillman may be saying, hey, it looks like the writing's on the wall. Beth might be on the way out. Now, this was before today's game where she killed it, talking about coming in off the bench. And I just think it is kind of ironic. The reason why Viv left practically was Jonas. Beth thrived under Jonas. And isn't thriving under Renee because of different style soccer. So the two lovers are, the situations they're in, it's almost mirroring each other in a way.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So do people think she's going to stay? No. Does today's game mean too much in the whole talk of contracts and if she's going to get re-signed? She might already know if she's staying or going. I believe Viv at this point last year already knew she wasn't going to come back. Also, I am sure as much as Beth is thinking about next season in the contract, she is mostly just focused on getting on that Euro squad this summer. That is her main focus, I would suspect. Now, it might be 100% Euro squad, 90% getting back on a club team that she wants to be on. But could she go to City? Could she go to United? Could she go to Chelsea? I don't know. There's a lot of questions. But so some people think she's on her way out. And then someone else says personally.
As much as it will sadden me to see Beth leave Arsenal, you can see how much it hurts. You can see how much it hurts them to no longer live together. So I hope she has to choose to live with Viv again soon.
Yeah, because they just posted. So Viv posted after tonight's game where Beth scored the goals, a cute video of them together on the couch with the puppies. So they're obviously very happy, want to live together, and you can just see that as much as they like living together, I'm sure is kind of an ultimate goal too again. Oh, and then someone says,
just saw the Beth's latest fan pass, obviously filmed today as she mentions the game last night. She looks a little bit sad in it towards the end, but at the beginning she mentions how much she loves Arsenal and how grateful she is to play there, which makes me think she's possibly staying or her contract isn't up. I know she's not going to come out and say she's not happy, just what I took from it.
Yeah, so it's hard to read exactly if she just kind of like just loves that she's able to be part of the team, wants to continue to be part of the team. Maybe her contract isn't even up. We don't actually know for sure. So it's interesting to see what will happen. But what does everyone think? Who thinks Beth is gonna be there next year? I mean, I don't know. It will be. I do think she wants to live closer to Viv. I do definitely think that. And then Beth on her Instagram says, Happy Heavenly Mother's Day, Mama. See you after the break, Gooners, because there is an international break. But very sweet. She put a really cute, Happy Heavenly Mother's Day, Mama. Miss you, love you, miss you every day. So very sweet, very emotional. And then some pics. But she was a player of the match today, so very emotional. So I'm sure she wanted to be with Viv. Very happy for her. 2 goals, amazing. Both goals were spot on. I just loved it.
Beth Mead, the strongest of all. Beth Mead scores on Mother's Day, a moment full of emotion. She dedicates the goal to her late mom, showing once again that her strength goes far beyond the pitch.
But very sweet and very emotional. And then a couple other comments. Oh, and I will go to a couple comments from the Man City game, but because I just kind of screen capped these. But, based on the Champions League, Man City being out of the Champions League, someone says, couldn't even score 1 goal after having the 2-0 advantage. I understand the injuries, but damn. Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of injuries. But I think most of the City fans said, we did what we could do. Someone says, we'll get them next season. Now we need to focus on an FA Cup and qualify for Champions League and league play. So, and then someone goes, chin up, City. It's been a relentless and rough season with too many injuries to force our way through a packed schedule. Always proud of the team. So I think most City fans were disappointed, but they knew that it was going to be a really big uphill battle. And then I have a couple other comments. Chelsea fans so pumped that they're moving on. What a performance that is. Every single one of our girls gave 100% today. Bring it on, Barcelona. And then today, going from the Champions League to a team like today, West Ham fans, hey, they knew getting a draw against Chelsea was massive. Okay, I guess we'll leave with this comment.
Beth Mead back to her very best, scoring 2 great goals, and on Mother's Day as well. Chloe was brilliant as well. Well done, team.
Yeah, and, going from people, obviously, Beth, since getting injured, hasn't been her, after her ACL, and then having subsequent injuries in the last year as well as her ACL, she hasn't been quite to her old form. But a day like today where you say, okay, Beth's back. And also, Beth really wants to make that Euros team. I mean, if she didn't make it, I can't imagine her being off the team, to be honest. But it's one of her main goals, too. And then Viv actually posted a cute, sweet comment on Beth's Instagram post about the game today where she scored goals. Teary-eye emoji, a dove like a bird, and a red heart. So very emotional. And she wanted to be right back with Beth tonight because, but what does everyone think? Questions, comments down below. Did you think, first of all, Chelsea, congrats. This was a long time ago at this point, but congrats moving on. Champions League. Man City, did Chelsea fans know that they could do it? Man City, I kind of knew. Sarah and I were watching the game, and what did I say the whole game? I think Chelsea are going to win. I think they're going to win by the amount they needed to win. And they did, but pumped for them. But I do feel bad for City. But yeah. Also, so excited for Beth scoring 2 goals, player of the match, 50th goal on Mother's Day. And will she leave Arsenal, and where will she go? Will she want to go right? Because even if she were to go to Manchester United, she would be in Manchester with Viv. And I think that's very important to her. Could you see her at City? Most people, I saw some people saying United makes a lot of sense. She would get a lot of playing time. But I don't know. Questions, comments down below. What does everyone think? We'll be back soon. I think next is a dedicated lovers video, Sarah.
Good, because I miss the gays.
I know we do too. Questions, comments down below. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.